Miss Gardner, if you would like to put your name and info in the chat. Okay, well, my name is Terry Castle. I'm the West Virginia Reentry Council chairwoman for Cabell, Wayne, and Lincoln counties. And today we have a very special guest with us, a gentleman that just recently got out of prison. And he's going to share a little something with us about what it's like getting out, just the reentry process. And I will turn it over to Greg. Greg, welcome.
Thank you, Miss Terry. To start off with, I guess I need to say that I take responsibility for my actions that landed me in prison. It seems like today that it's so easy to get incarcerated, um, whether you're guilty or not. But the getting out process, that is what is really complicated. It seems like it's so easy to get in, but nearly impossible to get out. Certain things make it very hard. The home plan stipulations, like my sister and my daughter, they rent. And when their landlords were approached about me paroling there, it was definitely a no. So the only alternatives I had was to go to institutions such as drug rehab, sober living, and so forth. And come to find out, those places are full throughout the whole state. I mean, most of them have anywhere from 6 months to a year waiting list. And I was faced with a dilemma on that as far as getting the home plan ready to see the parole board, and still wasn't able to do that. Thanks to Miss Terry, she reached out and she got the ball rolling for where I'm at now at the Kennedy Center in Bluefield, West Virginia. But that was still a process. When I seen the board, that wasn't approved. We continued to work very hard after seeing the board to get that taken care of. And we run into quite a few obstacles. I have to say that if it wasn't for Miss Terry, I would still be sitting at Huttonsville Correctional Center today. You get absolutely no help from inside of the prison. I hate to say that, but it's true. Most of the counselors, they are overloaded with caseloads. It's hard to even get to speak to a counselor sometimes. And we ran into a situation to where the Kennedy Center here was needing certain information from me. Some of that was being able to take care of from the outside through my sister. But we run into a situation where they was needing a copy of my Social Security card. And I had a Social Security card in my files at Huttonsville, but they went to tell me that they refused to send a copy to the Kennedy Center so I could complete my home plan. I was just dumbfounded. I didn't know what to do or anything because in there they have control of you. When they say no, it's not happening, pretty much it's not happening. And I thought I was going to be stuck there for a while. And thanks to Miss Terry, she went above and beyond as far as I'm concerned, and she made it happen. She got it worked out to where they sent a copy of my Social Security card to the Kennedy Center, which was the final straw. A matter of days after that happened, my home plan was approved, and they came to me and told me to go ahead and start setting up a means of transportation to get out. So thanks to her and everything that she done, it got me out. I mean, that's the only way to put it. I didn't know how long I was going to be sitting there after seeing the parole board or anything, but she did everything in her power to make sure that I got out. So if it wasn't for her and her organization, I would still be sitting at Huntsville right now. And I've been out for almost 5 weeks, and things are going great. I've started working the 12-step program. I have a sponsor. I'm going to meetings 5 to 6 times a week. They drug screen me here once a week. It's a very accountability program here. They help hold you accountable, and just getting out of prison and with my prior history of drug abuse, that's very helpful. Very helpful. It's helping keep me in on a straight path and just keeping my eyes focused on where I need to go. And I just hope and pray that I can continue. But I can't say enough about Miss Terry and her organization of what all they've done for me. They've gave me my freedom back, and they got me out of somewhere that felt nearly impossible to get out of.
Well, thank you, Mr. Christian. And, that's what we were created for. And that is my job. And it's a pleasure to do that for people, especially people that are working their program, and doing what they need to do.
Yes, ma'am.
So you did all of that, and I'm just going to say a lot of what was going on in the time of us chatting back and forth was really emotional support, because I just kept saying, don't worry, I'm not going to stop until we get something taken care of. And a lot of people inside do not have that emotional support, because there would be times when you were like, man, what's going to happen, And so I feel like that is also a crucial part of our program, is helping people with that emotional support and just the knowledge that every step that we're making, we're letting you know.
Yes, ma'am. And
So,
and that's true, because in there, no one cares. No one cares if you get out. No one cares what's going on in your life. It's very hard in there. You can't show weakness at all, because it's like throwing a sheep amongst wolves. It's in there. You have to be ready to take care of yourself, because without people like you said, the emotional support was unreal, because I felt helpless and I felt like, there was no getting out. I mean, I was going to end up being in there for Lord knows how long on a simple charge. But you did. You gave me hope. And you showed me a light at the end of the tunnel, and eventually that light was daylight walking out of those doors.
that was a happy day.
Yes, ma'am, it was.
Does anybody have any questions for Greg or
Yeah, I do it.
comments?
Go ahead, David.
Thanks, Jerry. I so shall I go ahead?
Yes.
Okay. Hi. I've helped a couple of people after they've left the prisons to the first week or so on behalf of somebody else. And one of the things I noticed with one of the ladies I helped, just driving her around, we went to Walmart and she had high anxiety. Not before we get in, had to go to that particular store, and she was really freaked out. She'd been 4 years incarcerated, and she just found the lights and the noise in Walmart to be too much. What's been your feeling in the first few? How have you felt in what situations?
Well, it's funny you said that. One of the first places I went into after I got out was Walmart.
Okay,
I left prison with nothing, absolutely nothing. I had to wear prison clothes out of there, and I had to stop by Walmart to actually get me some clothes to wear.
sure.
I felt very apprehensive. It was, even though being around large amounts of people daily while locked up,
Mm,
it was a different type. It was a different feeling of being around a lot of people. In there, you become adapted to your surroundings because, like I said, you have to survive. But when I got out, just even going into a restaurant, it just made me feel a little uneasy because I wasn't sure how to act. I mean, it
Oh,
had been so long since I had been around so-called normal people, and I felt withdrawn, and it was felt very uneasy. It really did, sir.
okay.
Krista, you have anything?
Yeah, those things like that, the triggers, we just those of us that haven't been incarcerated, we don't think about things like that, Terry and Amber, you guys have ever all talked about things like, keys and noises and even how you walk down a hallway. Things like that never occur to me, about, how you walk down a hallway. I was at a training for the past 2 days, and one of the things that somebody said, he was incarcerated on a financial crime, and he was previously an attorney. So he said, I was a different kind of fresh meat on the inside. He's like, everybody wanted free legal help. He says, but one of the most disheartening things that everybody seemed to hear was inmates hearing someone say, I don't know, how do I get this for me? Or how do you do this? Or and then the response that they receive is, I don't know. And that was probably, he said, was probably one of the most disheartening things, is to hear someone doesn't know how to help you. So I was like, wow, that's something, I need to ask my colleagues and my friends about is how do you feel about that? Is that, you know, hearing that, is that kind of just like, I'm already low and you just set me lower because you don't know how to help me?
It is it. People, I kind of get the feeling that when you get out and people automatically, when they find out you just got out of prison, they draw back.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, you feel like they could actually help you, but they feel hesitant about it because I don't know if it's fear or if it's kind of looking down on someone that just got out of prison. But you keep digging, and luckily I got to come somewhere to where the people that are here that run this place, most of them have been incarcerated or they have a history of drug problems. They're in recovery themselves. So I was lucky to get to come somewhere like this and not just throw it out amongst everybody, because people here understand what I'm going through and they are here to help. I mean, one of the first things they do is give you their phone numbers, call anytime. So that was a big help. It really is. And it's hard coming out because in there, you have to be so aware of your surroundings. It's like you're constantly looking over your shoulder because you never feel safe. And out here, you kind of do the same thing. And that may give people a bad impression because you're constantly looking around, you're making sure you know who's around you at that time, what they're doing. And I know they say to be aware is to be alive. But sometimes I think you can take it too far and you can try to make yourself aware of your surroundings too much. And that in return may make the people around you feel uneasy, especially when they find out you just got out of prison.
Yeah. Yeah. That was, they had posed the question to all of us in the audience, how can you make things easier in the reentry process? And, they embrace, easier, diversion programs or expungement and make things like that easier. And so I think my answer was just simple, is remember the humanity, that you are all someone's, son, daughter, brother, sister, mother, father, whatever, remember the humanity, that you're a real person. And, we just have to remember that. Don't be afraid, so.
Yeah, and I'm just going to say, being a part of the Reach Initiative, our clients are blessed because they have us to help navigate that process. Not everybody is signed up with us because we can't accommodate as many people that need help. But, anytime that you need anything, all you have to do is say, and we will find the help that you need.
Yes, ma'am. That's one thing I can say about you. Every time I've spoke with you since I've been out, uh, the first things you ask are, how are you doing? Are you okay? You need anything? And that means a lot because, you know, you get out here and lots of times you feel alone. You're just stepping out and you're trying to get everything going. You feel overwhelmed, definitely overwhelmed. Everything that's going on, and you're trying to get everything fixed. And you'd like for it to be fixed right now, but it can't be. And having people to ask, you know, is everything going okay? And like when we spoke earlier today before the meeting, Miss Terry, I mean, you told me how proud you was of me for doing the meetings and stuff like that, and continuing and trying to strive forward. That means so much because out here in this world, you don't hear that enough. I mean, I don't know. It's just it goes a long way. It's very heartening.
Well, thank you so much, Gregory. Does anybody else have anything they would like to say or any comments? No?
Proud of both
Okay.
of you guys, both you and Terry and Joe. So.
No, well, I'm going to let him off the hook because this is his first time on a Zoom meeting.
Yes, I like to never figure this out.
Well,
You're doing real well.
yes, you did.
Thank
Let
you,
me ask
sir.
just as well. You know, I record this meeting. I can put it on Zoom or out on YouTube so that the other reentry councils can watch this, or I cannot. This is totally up to you. So,
No, man, that's fine. Anything
Okay.
I can do to help y'all's organization out because I think you're wonderful.
Okay.
And like I said, if it wasn't for you all, I wouldn't be sitting where I'm at today.
Well, you are, you know, what we need for more mentors. You know, we need more mentors that with the lived experience and the compassion to help other people. So,
Yes, absolutely. We'll get there. We'll get there. He's still new into his recovery, but
yeah.
I plan on doing this with him for the long term. And
You know, and next month is Second Chance Month. So
yeah,
maybe invite him back again or someone else with a lived experience, or tell your own story next month, you know, for Second Chance Month. And we'll try
I
and
would love to.
I'll try and, you know, get some social media posts out there to make more people. And I don't know where everybody went. Where is everybody today?
I don't know. This is the first time I've had so few, but no, absolutely. I'll tell my story next time and Greg can listen.
There you go.
That'll work. That'll work.
And Greg,
Okay.
invite your peers that are there with you, you know, invite them to attend these meetings. You know, see if you can make this a part of your day, you know. And then we have reentry councils all across the state. So no matter where they're returning to, somebody can do a Zoom meeting like this and be a part of these councils. So
Yes, ma'am.
we would love to have you there.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Well, I'll give you this few minutes back. Bye.
Sorry,
Bye-bye.
thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.